I'm going to safely assume that you want to play, you're excited to play. There's been a lot of talk in the last couple of weeks about players not just being entertainers, and you guys aren't just here to entertain us. And there's a lot of people who feel like football players are maybe being exploited by still being, on campus and playing football games when campuses are being shut down because of the virus. What would you say to those people, or what is your position on all that?
Yeah, I would just let them know that it's a conscious decision that we made as athletes. Coach Brown asked all of us individually if we would like to play this season. And we all sat down as members of the team and said that it was something we wanted to do for us, for the people that we love. And, we just felt it was a great decision to do. So, there's no pressure. We're not being forced into it. And this is a decision that we all have made. So.
Cool. All right, let's move over. Andrew Jones, you are up next.
Hey, Eugene, your name keeps coming up every time we talk to Coach Brown or we talk to a bunch of your teammates when they're asked about who's standing out, who might break through. Your name comes up all the time. Can you kind of take us back to last season to where you are now? If there was a time where you did something on the field in practice where you realized, okay, I think I got it now. I'm ready to be trusted on the field with however many snaps they're going to give me.
Yeah, I just think it was all the off-season work, just sitting with Coach Schottmer, Coach Thigpen, and Coach Bateman. I would come out on the field on my own and try to, reflect and work on the plays on my own. That was one thing I struggled with, the cerebral part of football. And I felt like I had the athletic ability, but the cerebral part wasn't always there. The speed of the game changed. So I came out on the field and tried to, work it and been in the film room with my coaches. So, I attest all my success right now to them and everything they, helped me with, as well as Jeremiah Gilmore and Chad Surratt. I would be texting those guys and constantly asking them questions. They were really receptive of me as a little brother, taking me under their wing and just, showing me the ropes. So, I thank all those guys for everything that's happening now.
You didn't play that many snaps on defense last year, but you run the field quite a bit on special teams. How did that special teams experience kind of help you acclimate yourself to the speed and physicality of the college game?
It helped a lot. Just playing special teams and getting that experience. It's a stepping stone to, college football. They come in and you work on special teams, you bust your tail, and, if it's a progression. So I felt like, being on special teams helped me so much in my game, realizing that, with special teams, that's going to pave the way for defense, busting my tail on special teams, giving effort, and executing the way Coach DeWitt and our staff wants us to do it. So I think that has helped a lot.
Cool. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Okay, Jeremiah Holloway, you are back up.
Yeah, so another off-the-field question, and I asked Diami about this earlier, the protests that have occurred over the weekend that was completely led by athletes at UNC. So I wanted to ask you about what do you think the significance of it, how do you think it's significant that it was completely led by athletes?
I think it's going to create some change, and I think that athletes are using their platform, especially the athletes here. All of us are using our platforms, to bring awareness to everything that's going on in the country. And, it's great to see that. You see the same thing with the NBA. But I'm glad that we're doing it here, and we're setting the example. We're letting people know that, things going on in this country is unacceptable, and there needs to be change. So, I'm very appreciative of, the old guys, Mike Carter, Tamon Fox, leading the way, and, just young guys like me trying to follow in their footsteps and be able to, create change for all of society. So.
All right, thank you.
Great. Let's move over to Madeline Coleman. Madeline, go ahead.
So given everything that is happening in our world today, I'm asking this in the most genuine way possible, but how are you?
I'm good. And I appreciate you asking me that question. I'm good that, everything that's going on, it's a lot going on, but me personally, I'm good. I have my family to lean on. I have my coaches to lean on. And, they're constantly checking in and seeing how I'm doing. So, that's one thing that we as Americans, we need to do a little bit better, just checking on the fellow man. So I really appreciate you asking me that question.
When was the last time someone outside of your family and the football staff asked you, how are you? And what did that kind of mean to you? Because it is such a personal question.
I'll probably say a couple of days ago. Coach Brown asked me how I was doing. He wanted to check in with me. Our assistant coaches were asking me how I was doing, and it wasn't a question where they just wanted a quick answer. It was a genuine question where they wanted to see how I was doing, and I gave them a response. So it was just good for them to check in on me and see how I was truly doing. So
thank you so much.
thank you.
All right, last one for Asante. Gregory Hall. Gregory, go ahead.
Hey, Asante, or Eugene, sorry. What kind of linebacker and football player do you want to be?
I want to be one where I'm very instinctive. I'm cerebral, and I, can use my abilities well. And I just want, me on the football field to, help out my teammates a little bit more, in terms of, I don't want to go out there and receive all the success and all the glory and accolades and all that. I want to, do my job to a T so the D-line can eat, so the secondary can do their job. So, I just want to be that type of player that people feed off of and create success for the entire defense.
And then lastly, why do you play football?
That's a good question. One of the main reasons I had to really evaluate that this off season, why I truly play football, and it starts with my family. I had a brother that played in the National Football League, and he played 6 years in the National Football League, and his career didn't end the way me and my family would have dreamed of. He got cut by the Raiders, so every day I get blessed with an opportunity to be on this football field. I need to go 110% because in the real world, your dreams can get cut at any time. So, that's one thing, that really motivates me. My brother's situation, being in the National Football League and getting cut, and just coming out here every day, I'm giving 110% because, that football does come to an end at one point.
Did part of that evaluation over the offseason help with you becoming more of a cerebral player?
Certainly did. It certainly did. It allows me to, look myself in the mirror and reflect on who I am and to, really work on my weaknesses, and address them. Because sometimes players, don't really like to address the weaknesses they have, but it just allows you to, take some time out your day, just look yourself in the mirror and say, what do I need to improve on? And that's just not just football. It's just, do I need to be more organized in my daily life? Do I need to, make sure I do my homework by this certain amount of time? Do I need to get this amount of sleep? So that's one thing I, been focusing on, and it's really helped me so far.
Thank you.
Okay.
So
I think we actually have time for maybe two more here. So CL Brown, if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, I was curious, Eugene, when you mentioned the cerebral part of football, what do you do in terms of trying to get mental reps? Because obviously you can't get 11 players, and actually get out there with everybody and play. But can you take us through what you did to kind of get those mental reps?
So, yeah, one thing I did as soon as we got our new software for our film, I got a notepad and I watched every single play. I called Chaz and I asked him about 3 games. He gave me the Georgia Tech game, of course, the infamous Duke game, and I believe he gave me NC State. No, I think he gave me Temple. He gave me Temple game. So, I watched those games through and through and watched everything he was doing, his movements, the way he takes on blockers, the way he sheds blockers, the way he blitzes and covers, and I analyzed it and, took little notes. So that's one thing I did this offseason, and I felt like it's helped me tremendously just sitting there and watching Chaz and watch him, all the success he had last season and watch him perfect his game. And that's certainly helped me a lot.
And Coach Mack, Coach Brown has mentioned cross training. I think those are the words he uses a lot in terms of getting guys used to playing, or at least experience playing different positions. So in the event of injuries or COVID, somebody gets coronavirus or something, he'll have a guy throw in there. Are you playing much on the outside and inside, or right now have you been in primarily one position in the inside?
I've been primarily inside. They've been trying to switch it up a little bit, but right now I've been primarily inside, and we've been doing some different things with our linebackers, with our secondary, cross-training a lot of those guys. So, but primarily I've been on the inside.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, last one from Ross Martin. Ross, take us away.
All right, Eugene. You talked about like what makes you a good linebacker, all the instincts and stuff like that. I mean, what physically has put you in a position? What do you do really well physically that puts you in a position to be competing for first team reps at linebacker?
I just think getting to beating the offensive lineman to the spot and collisioning them before they can collision you. And one thing I want to attest that to is Coach Hess, Coach Brian Hess, Coach Dean, Coach Blue, and the whole Coach Heck, the whole staff, the strength staff, for helping me build my strength this offseason. Last year I wasn't able to collision guys the way I wanted to and beat them to the spot and, create these collisions in the holes. But, with their training and their offseason regimen, I feel like that has certainly helped me build strength. And, that's one thing I feel like has improved tremendously in my game. So I want to attest my success to all those guys.
Yeah, from a weight training conditioning standpoint, I mean, what specifically have they done? Is it explosion? Is it just strength? Is it athleticism? Is it flexibility? What have they really improved? Or what have you really improved on?
It's kind of a combination of all those things. Of course, they want to build explosion and power through the hips. But then they also want to work on things like flexibility. So they'll work with you in terms of, you're being loose, being fluid with your movements, not taking a false step and, all those types of things like relatively to flexibility. So I feel like that's one thing to help me with. And just, of course, the bench press of getting offensive linemen off you. So, the numbers have gone up there. So that's certainly what they helped me with all offseason. And I appreciate them so much for that.